Hey everybody, it's Just Ask Thursday. I'm doing your live dating Q&A as I do every Thursday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My name's Andrea Hill. I am the founder and creator of The Dinner Party. And part of my mission with my company is to help improve the way you date, to date better, date with humanity, and date successfully and enjoy yourself in the mission of finding a rewarding and joyful relationship. So you'll find me here every Thursday night, 9 p.m. And I'm taking your questions and giving you actionable answers to implement into your dating life. So I've got a really great one that was brought forward to me from Deborah. And she goes ahead to ask, do people believe and have they witnessed online dating phenomena of the fact that everyone seems to pass over people too quickly because they think there is so much choice that someone better is always waiting around the next corner? How do you handle the constant first meetings that never go any further when you start to believe you must be emitting something very off-putting? Well, Deborah, I'm sure you're fantastic and you're not off-putting at all. And your question is very timely because this week's article in Dating Intelligence, which you can subscribe to, free Dating Intelligence every week on the website at jointhedinnerparty.com. I'm discussing two key things that you can be doing when you're dating online and even in the real world, meeting someone out in public, in order to kind of cut through the dating fad, if you will. Especially with online dating, there's so many people out there utilizing this tool that you need to be really clear and specific about what it is that you're looking for. So let me cue in on these two items that if you really, embrace and do a little reflection and look at your profile with clean and clear eyes and a bit of objectivity, that with some just minute little details and tweaks, or in some cases a complete overhaul, you can really change the game and how it is that you're attracting the right people to your profile and not going on endless dates or dates and not getting to the second one. So number one thing that you want to be doing is having full and complete transparency. Transparency is key. Probably one of the number one things that I hear from clients and just people in general when it comes to dating is their frustration with meeting people that are being dishonest on their profiles. And it makes zero sense to me because of a couple of things. Number one, you're starting things off on the wrong foot. If you do indeed meet someone and click regardless of you not being honest on your profile, they will soon discover that the things that you have either stretched the truth on or just blatantly misrepresented yourself, you are already failing before you get started. You're trying to start a relationship or connect with another person from a dishonest place, and that just eradicates all levels of trust. You're fibbing on something minor as maybe even your height, or heaven forbid your age, or misrepresented yourself in your pictures. You are dead before you're out the gate. So full transparency is huge. The other big benefit to being completely transparent on your profile, it is so incredibly freeing. When you are being 100% honest and fully and completely putting yourself out there, what specifically you are wanting, what you don't want, being specific in your interests, detailed in who you are and what you're looking for, your age, your height. As I said, current photos within the past 6 months, longest a year. Lots can happen to us in a year, and show up in how we look and represent ourselves, for the better or for the worst. So you want to have really current, clean, clear information Yes, I am divorced. Yes, I have kids. Yes, they live at home. No, I don't want children. Or yes, I do. My intent is on here is to find someone and get married. Or I'm on here because I just want to date and have fun. Being really clear and transparent about who you are and what you want gets rid of all that anxiety, completely freeing of yourself. You can sit down, sit down and meet someone and be completely confident and content that you're owning who you are. And either they're going to like you for who you are or they're not. And if you know that off the get-go, you're way further ahead than people that are doing the dance, misrepresenting, stretching truths, or telling stories or things about themselves in order to garner the interest of someone that inevitably will not stick around, because who you are eventually comes out. And really, you guys, transparency is key. So please behave from that place, whether you're using Tinder and you're on there and you just want to hook up and have a good time, or you're using another online site with the intent of getting married and having kids. Be clear about that, because there are other people just like you, and they will be spending their time and efforts in finding individuals that are aligned with their own desires and needs when it comes to dating and relationships. Just save yourself a ton of time, save them a ton of time, get rid of the anxiety, free yourself, and be fully transparent on your sites. Now, secondly, clarity. I've spoken about clarity before, and what I mean by this is, before you get onto any online site, enter into the world of dating, you want to spend some time with yourself and really reflect upon what it is that you want. What you want in a relationship, what you want in your dating life, and what you want in a partner. Now, I'm not talking about the list. He needs to be 6'3", or she needs to look like Jennifer Aniston, or any of those little minutia details that people can put together in a list. And don't get me wrong, lists are great if they help sort of flesh out what it is that you're wanting. But when I sit down with my clients for the dinner party and I do what I call discovery sessions, we really hash out what it is and the core things that you want this person in your life to embody. I'm talking about values, beliefs, the way that they live their life, their choice in lifestyle, things that you have either discovered through your own dating history or relationship history, that things that have worked really well for you in other relationships, or things that have ended up being the demise of your relationship, because it's those things, the things that didn't work out, is typically the root marker, if you will, of what doesn't work for you. So if you can go from what you don't want and then flip it on its head and turn it into a positive as to what is really important that you know this person has to embody, or this needs, what you're needing in a relationship in order to be happy and thrive and be a contributing member without feeling resentment or fear or any of those negative feelings, that's what you really want to zero in on when I talk about clarity. And that can show up in the specifics of your online profile. So I see a lot of people, because I'm doing online dating consulting for a number of clients, so I'm on all of the sites, and what I'm seeing is a lot of people are being too general. So whether that be I like movies, or I have an interest in music, or I'm looking for someone to share my life with. Sure, that's great, but I'm talking about getting really clear into the nitty-gritty details without writing a novel about even something as simple as music. What kind of music? What about that music lights you up? Put a little personality into it. Share who you are and why those things you're so impassioned about them. Exciting, interested, involved, curious people are incredibly attractive. So if you're just putting camping, music, I like road trips, and I'm looking for someone to share my life with, that could be anybody. And that's what you're going to get and attract from your profile. Anybody. So the more specific you can get, the better. Because when people read your profile, much like when you pick up a book and you want to keep on flipping the pages or learn more about it, because the way that it's written, the personality, the style, the content is what's intriguing you, your online profile is no different. You really want to put the soul of who you are and what it is that you're looking for in your profile. And then that's a game changer. That's when you start getting the people that click and resonate with you. You'll see it show up in the emails that go back and forth. Remember my 222 rule. You're doing a couple of correspondence back and forth. Make sure that you're clicking. You're getting on the phone a couple of times. Don't be talking for hours, no matter how exciting that other individual is. You want to leave space for you to connect if you make the decision to meet in person. And then you're moving to arranging a date, and all this can happen within a week. But if you're generalizing or hiding behind mistruths on your profile, girl or boy, you're going to be on there forever. And I have seen people on sites while I've been doing this business for years that have been on there forever with the exact same picture that I saw 10 years ago, they're still using on their profile. There is a reason why you are still on there. You need to mix it up, keep it fresh, be specific, completely transparent. You make these little nuanced changes in your profile, and it's going to be an entirely different landscape of dating for you. And my greatest wish is that if you're doing this well and following this advice, that you will not be online for long. Now, I know that Deborah had followed up with me and had done a little bit of research herself, which is fantastic. If you're putting intention and effort into your dating life, much like if you do that in any part of your life, whether it be getting a job or learning how to do a new skill or any of those things, you're going to get results. It's that simple. But if you're just throwing something up there and sitting back and hoping that people are going to come down and beat your door or drag you out of your living room in order to get out on the week or on the weekend, it's not going to happen. You put the investment in a little research, much like you did, Deborah, so hats off to you. That's fantastic. And do a little reading and learn how to kind of mix things up. Do not get caught up in this ego-driven attitude that using an online dating site, doing a bit of reading, getting some coaching from someone such as myself or any other dating coaches out there in the industry, that because you're asking for support and help, that there's something wrong with you. If anything, you are a stronger, more courageous individual that is seeing the value in yourself and in your romantic life, and you will get leaps and bounds further ahead than anybody else. There is nothing wrong with getting support and finding potentially the person that you're going to be spending the rest of your life with. We are here to love and connect with others. Everything else is just added benefits, but we as human beings are here to share our lives with others, to connect and have deep, meaningful relationships. So of course, investing in yourself and your romantic life is of great value, and you will reap the benefits from it. So hats off again, Deborah. Lots of shout out to you tonight. So just to recap quickly, 2 biggest game changers when it comes to online dating, and you can incorporate them into whatever else that you might be using, is transparency, complete honesty, and asking specifically about being clear about who you are and what it is that you want, and clarity, knowing what it is that you want, and having the detailed outlines so that everyone else knows what you want as well, and they know who you are. Huge game changers. So any of you out there, go out, do a little review, look at your online profile objectively. Would you date yourself? Is your online profile exciting? Do your pictures best represent you? Does the content sound interesting and reflect who you are as a person? If you don't think you can be objective yourself, you can always go to a friend. There is no shame in online dating these days, you guys. Everybody's doing it. And it is just a tool to further extend your reach and meeting people that you normally wouldn't have the opportunity to do that. So don't be shy. If online dating is not for you, there's lots of other options out there. There's some fantastic matchmakers that I'm sure you can find in your city, wherever you are. Just do a Google search. And there's other dating services, such as my own, The Dinner Party. I host events where I bring groups of people that I have interviewed and pre-screened, and I curate tables of people that I think complement each other based on them being clear about what it is that they are looking for in a partner and what they want in a relationship. So when you sit down at the table, you know exactly that everyone at the table is looking for the same thing as you and shares a number of things ranging from values, lifestyle, and interests as you do. And you just have a couple of hours over a fantastic meal, much like any dinner party, to get to know these individuals without the pressure of a first date. So no awkwardness, no rejection. I take care of all of that for you. There's other great companies like It's Just Lunch, and I know in Vancouver, Executive Search, and there's some matchmaking services. So whatever suits you best, invest in those in order to help you find that special person in your life. Now, exciting news this last week for any of you that are following the whole online dating thing. Lots of action happening out there, some of it dismaying, others, depending on where you're coming from, could be exciting. Match Group, which is Match.com, has purchased Plenty of Fish for a cool $575 million. Exciting news for Marcus, who is the owner of Plenty of Fish. And Match Group continues to become this enormous empire of online dating. Just last year, they had purchased OkCupid. They also own Tinder. They do seniorsmatch.com, and as well, they have chemistry.com, who Helen Fisher, I'm a huge fan of, did the research behind that and how they built their algorithm. So in upcoming Just Ask, I'll be addressing any of your questions, but I'm also going to share with you how you can build your own algorithm online in order to streamline your search and decide who you end up on a coffee date with or meeting for the first time and you don't. Real specifics of narrowing it down. And I'll get into the details of that later. Deborah, I hope I answered your question for you. I look forward to seeing any more questions that want to come my way for next Thursday for our Just Ask episode. You can always send your questions in early to info@jointhedinnerparty.com, or you can tweet at me live during the event with your questions at Join the DP. Again, I'm Andrea Hill, owner and founder of The Dinner Party. I'm your dating coach, romantic facilitator, and I'm here to support and help you in your dating life. So singletons, go out there, date well, have fun, and I will see you next week.